gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. You're here with me, your host Donald Wonder, to continue talking about the year of Lupin in 2016. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Last time, if you missed it, we spoke about the 2008 Lupin TV special, Sweet Lost Night, about Lupin and that supposed magic lamp. Hit the annotation on the top right hand corner if you missed that discussion. But we're moving forward to a very special Lupin special, which brings two of the biggest names in anime history together in one versus Lupin TV special called Lupin the Third vs Detective Conan. So we've got a lot to unpack with this one. Let me start with the plot, and I'm going to try not to get into spoilers as I usually do. So the plot has to deal with this fictional land called Vestonia or something. I'll put it on the screen. And basically, a queen and her son are going on a hunting trip, and unfortunately the queen gets shot and the son thinks that he shot her. He kills himself, and basically the daughter of the royal family is the only one left to take over the country. She's in complete despair about the murder. Lupin is trying to steal this royal family's crown because they got a big crown, big treasure that he wants, and Detective Conan comes in. Well, actually, I don't exactly remember how Detective Conan fits into the story, how he enters it, because I think he meets the princess at a gala or something, and he gets involved, and as he usually does, he comes to solve a crime, and, you know, ultimately, I'm not going to get into it because it's a bit of a spoiler anyway, and what ends up happening is you got Lupin trying to steal the crown on one side, Detective Conan trying to deal with this assassin on the other side, because you know something fishy is going on. And let me just cut to the chase. Before we get more into the story, what did I think about this? Honestly, I was disappointed with the story, and that's because, first of all, I was expecting Lupin versus Detective Conan. Instead, we get Lupin and Detective Conan kind of working in a situation with this princess and this murderous plot going on, so I was a little bit disappointed there. But even putting that aside, the story, this felt more like a Detective Conan story more than a Lupin story, because the crime and this princess take center stage, where Lupin's on the side and Fujiko and Jigen and the whole team, they're involved, but the tone of this movie feels more like a Detective Conan story. That's not a bad thing, because I like Detective Conan. I've watched a few, probably 26, the first season of Detective Conan, but because if you guys don't know, Detective Conan is one of the longest running animes to date. It's at the time of this recording, it's got 831 episodes. It's a never-ending, perpetual detective ongoing shonen story, which I don't like ongoing shonen, but I do like Detective Conan. And Detective Conan's geared towards kids. Lupin the Third, although it's shonen, it has more, you know, violence and schemes, and, you know, so they couldn't really match the tone. And the story with the princess and this murder thing is very predictable, is very vanilla, and honestly, I found myself kind of just bored by it overall. It was watchable, it wasn't horrible, but there was nothing special about it, and there wasn't a lot of action going on, just a few chases here and there. Lupin and Detective Conan don't get to play off each other as much as I would have liked, but when they were together, it was fine. I actually like Detective Conan on his own and Lupin on his own, but they don't mesh together as a versus, and it just felt like the movie on a whole didn't mesh well, in my opinion, like a team up should. And the biggest point of that is the animation. Now, Detective Conan has his own animation style, which is different from the Lupin style, and when they're next to each other, you can tell that not only Detective Conan and Lupin, but the other characters from Detective Conan's team, especially the main princess and one of the Ran from Detective Conan team as well. Just look at their faces compared to the team. It doesn't just gel well. I know sometimes with these specials, I know it's a choice of creativity, but it just looked off. And it's a running theme for me through this whole movie that the tone is off, the animation doesn't meld well, but the animation on the whole is fine, and the action scenes that are there are okay, but every time they're together, it just looks kind of, I don't want to say like night and day, but didn't really do it for me. The audio, they do have a bit of Lupin themes here, but the audio is just passable. Background music, I didn't even notice if they used the Detective Conan theme, but I'm not really I don't even remember the theme, to be honest with you. So there's not much more I can say. I mean, the movie is longer. It's an hour and 45 minutes. That's even longer than the Stanley Lupin special as well. But this is an event. This is to celebrate two very big characters in Japanese animation history. And for me, to make it just a passable story that's very vanilla is very disappointing, because these characters have a lot more to offer, and I wanted them to play more. If this was Lupin versus Detective Conan, the wit of the Detective Conan versus the slyness of Lupin, I would have enjoyed it a lot more, and I think it could have been more. But what we got here is just a typical generic save the princess story, mystery, more Detective Conan. And I've seen better episodes of Detective Conan, and the Lupin, this is not a Lupin special to me. This is more of a Detective Conan featuring Lupin the Third. And, you know, looking at I'm going to talk about what other people said, because looking at the feedback of the fans, you know, I found people that are equally disappointed by this movie and actually really like it. So, but I can only speak for myself. If I was to give this a rating, I'd give it a very, very low okay. I was disappointed with the potential it had, disappointed with the vanilla story. It's very forgettable, and as a Lupin experience, is very disappointed. As a Detective Conan experience, is probably better, you know, because I think it's geared more towards the Detective Conan theme. But this is the Lupin retrospective, and the Lupin mashup, to me, it was a letdown. So I have to give it a low okay. And I know I'm being very critical, but that's just my thoughts, guys. Don't be afraid to leave your thoughts in that comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys think. We don't always have to agree. I always say I love to hear you guys. I love it when you disagree or tell me why you like it or why you think what I said was wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. But honestly, this is forgettable to me, and it's a shame. But ironically, I did hear that they're going to plan to team up again, Lupin and Detective Conan. I don't know if that's going to be in any of the other movies I'm going to watch, or if that's in the Detective Conan TV series or the Lupin series or something. But I heard they're definitely doing something together again, and maybe on the next time it will do me better, it will appeal to me more. But this time for me, it's kind of a flop. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough about my opinion. Guys, again, hit the like button if you like the content, if you like the video, or the other button if you didn't, but that would really depress me. If you want to see other videos on Planet Tyro, look on the right there for all the annotations, books, TV shows, the podcast. If you're on iTunes, thanks for listening, guys. But until then, I'm going to leave you to the next video on the Lupin retrospective. And until then, I'll see you later. Take care. Peace out.